President Yoon Suk Yeol will attend this impeachment trial hearing for the first time on Tuesday. That means he will travel to the Constitutional Court from Seoul Detention Center. We have our correspondent Oh Soo-young standing by at the Constitutional Court. Now, Soo-young, President Yoon will be attending the trial in person. This is quite unprecedented, isn't it?
Good morning, Tammy. Yes, attorney Yoon Gap-geun confirmed Monday night that the president will attend himself to the third trial hearing, the third of his impeachment trial. And this makes him the first president, really, to defend himself here at the Constitutional Court. I mean, former presidents Park Geun-hye and Moo-hyun, they didn't attend a single impeachment trial hearing in their respective impeachment trials. And Yoon is also the first sitting leader to be under arrest. So there's much interest over how he will be escorted to the court, how he's going to present himself, and even what he's going to wear, his civilian dress or his prison uniform as a pre-trial inmate. We haven't heard yet from the court on what the protocol is going to be. When I asked on Monday, Court Officer Chun Jae-on said it's too early to confirm his attendance and that the court would be deciding the manner of which he makes his case. Now, we assume that he's going to be escorted by the Presidential Security Service from Seoul Detention Center, and upon his arrival, the Constitutional Court might allow him to use a private, undisclosed passageway to ensure his safety and dignity. Now, this would mirror the measures taken during his pre-arrest interrogation at the Seoul Western District Court, where he entered through an underground car park without being seen publicly.
Well, Soo-young, it's been a while since we heard from him last time. What can we expect Yoon to say today then?
Well, we can expect him to explain quite extensively why he believes his martial law on December 3rd was justified and also constitutional. That's basically been his message so far, saying that he was aiming to defend the constitutional order and not disrupt it. President Yoon has claimed that the government was under attack by the opposition-led parliament, the opposition party, which has used its majority to impeach him as well as numerous high-ranking officials and paralyzed state governance. He has also raised suspicion of election fraud in the general election last year. So most of what he says today is highly likely to sound quite familiar with us, but how he makes his case, now that's going to be rather fascinating to watch, as he faces judges as a former senior prosecutor turned president, now turned pre-trial inmate. The justices may in turn ask him to clarify whether he got proper approval from the cabinet to declare martial law, and also ask him to address the main grounds for impeachment raised by the National Assembly.
Soo-young, it seems his attendance will be a regular occurrence. Would you say that?
Well, his lawyers have said that in principle the president plans to attend every trial hearing in the future, again, if possible, but we're going to have to wait and see about that. I mean, Tuesday's attendance itself, it came as a bit of a surprise, as his lawyers have previously said the president will attend at an appropriate time only when the main arguments during the trial have been organized to a certain extent, and that's not really the case at the moment. So it appears that following his arrest, the president felt triggered to speak out, perhaps by frustration at his detention, and he will likely argue today that his arrest is illegal and infringes upon his right to defend himself in court. In fact, his move appears to assert his position that he will not answer to the Corruption Investigation Office for high-ranking officials who attained his arrest warrant and are now detaining him for questioning. In fact, his lawyers said that he wasn't able to meet with investigators attempting to question him as he was preparing for the hearing yesterday. So apparently the investigators waited until 9:30 p.m. before calling it a night. Presumably their cooperation is needed for Yoon to attend hearings that fall into the 20 days of detention. But as unprecedented as the situation is, apparently there is no clear procedure, as an investigative official admitted yesterday.
Well, we'll have to wait and see how today's hearing goes. Thank you, Soo-young, for the update.